Recently, we heard about Scarlett Johansson talking about her ongoing issues with Disney after suing over the release of Black Widow. This drama has sparked rumors that Black Widow 2 might be happening, featuring Yelena Belova taking on the Black Widow mantle in the main MCU timeline rather than set in the past. So let's dive into everything we know about the upcoming Black Widow 2 and what it might bring to the MCU. First, let's dive into what's been going on with Scarlett Johansson and her grudge against Disney after suing over the release of Black Widow. Johansson sued Marvel over how her solo film was handled, and she's recently opened up about the whole situation. Black Widow hit theaters in June 2021 as the kickoff to MCU Phase 4 and the Multiverse Saga. But despite being a prequel set between Captain America Civil War and Avengers Infinity War, it didn't go smoothly. The film's release sparked a legal battle over its box office performance. In an interview with the New York Times, Johansson cleared the air, saying she doesn't hold any grudge against Disney now. She described the situation as one of poor judgment and leadership, but it's good to know she's not holding on to any bad feelings towards Marvel. Here's what she said. "I don't hold a grudge. I think it was just poor judgment and poor leadership at that time. It just felt very unprofessional to me, the entire ordeal. And honestly, I was incredibly disappointed, especially because I was holding out hope until finally my team was like, 'You have to act.'" So if you're wondering why Scarlett Johansson sued Marvel, here's the scoop. Black Widow raked in $380 million worldwide, which was a decent haul during the COVID pandemic. Still, it ended up as one of the lower-grossing MCU films at the time, with only the Marvels pushing it further down the list. Johansson and her team pointed the finger at Disney's decision to release the movie simultaneously on Disney Plus and in theaters. They argued that this dual-release strategy hurt the film's box office performance. Johansson's lawsuit was based on the claim that Disney breached a contract clause that promised an exclusive theatrical release. As an executive producer on the film, Johansson had a lot riding on its success. A weaker box office meant a hit to her bonus, and she alleged that Disney's strategy was designed to minimize box office returns and avoid paying her what she was owed. Marvel Studios reported that Johansson received a $20 million flat fee for her role. The lawsuit was settled privately, with The Hollywood Reporter suggesting the settlement was around $40 million. With the issue now resolved, there's a possibility for Black Widow's return to the MCU, though her character is dead in the main timeline. However, given the Multiverse Saga's scope, we could still see a Black Widow variant pop up in future Avengers films, like Avengers: The Doomsday or Avengers: Secret Wars. If the MCU decides not to take this route due to the scale of the event in both movies, which will feature a multitude of superheroes battling Doctor Doom in the Void, they might need a hero with cosmic-level power. Enter Lady Silver Surfer, a character who could be introduced in the upcoming Fantastic Four film, now called The First Family. Ground-level female leads like Black Widow might not be enough to handle a cosmic threat like Doctor Doom or an event as grand as Avengers: Secret Wars. However, if Black Widow's character gets an upgrade in physical strength or acquires some powerful equipment, she could potentially rise to the challenge. For instance, if she were to come into possession of the Infinity Stones, her role could be significantly amplified. In the alternate timeline of Earth 12041, the Avengers first learned of the Infinity Stones when the Red Skull escaped from Thanos with them. They encountered various stones, including the Power Stone, Time Stone, Mind Stone, Reality Stone, and Space Stone, each with its own story of acquisition and use. In this timeline, Black Widow even managed to wield the stones briefly, resisting their influence to combat threats like Dormammu. Despite being initially corrupted by the stones, she ultimately overcame their control. In the final showdown, the Avengers, equipped with Arsenal, a robot designed by Howard Stark, managed to defeat Thanos and restore balance. Given the precedent set by this alternate timeline, a well-equipped or empowered Black Widow could play a crucial role in facing cosmic-level threats. If the MCU explores this route, it would add a compelling twist to her character's evolution and the overarching narrative. Now, before all of this, we might see another ground-level solo film, a sequel to Black Widow, but this time with Yelena Belova taking on the Black Widow mantle in the main MCU timeline rather than as a prequel. The upcoming Thunderbolts movie will likely lay the groundwork for more of Yelena's story in the MCU. It's been 4 years since Black Widow was released, and one apparent plot hole has been addressed by a tragic MCU super soldier theory. Black Widow kicked off MCU Phase 4 and the multiverse saga, though it didn't fit chronologically after the Infinity Saga. This made the start of the new saga a bit confusing, as it was a prequel featuring a character who had already died in Avengers Endgame. Nonetheless, the film introduced several new characters who are set to be key players in the multiverse saga, including Yelena Belova, Taskmaster, and Alexei Shostakov. Alexei Shostakov, known as the Red Guardian, is the Soviet Union's answer to Captain America. He received an imitation of Erskine's super soldier serum, which gives him powers similar to Captain America's. However, it's likely that Shostakov's serum wasn't as refined as Steve Rogers', a factor that could lead to tragic consequences in the upcoming Thunderbolts movie. According to a theory, the super soldier serum given to the Red Guardian is slowly killing him. This theory attempts to address a plot hole regarding Shostakov's incarceration. Despite his enhanced physiology, Shostakov's imprisonment doesn't make much sense, as he seems capable of escaping easily. The prison's remote location, supposedly too far for a helicopter to reach, is contradicted by the fact that helicopters can make the trip from outside St. Petersburg with minimal fuel. This raises questions about why Shostakov wouldn't attempt an escape, especially with towns scattered around the major city. The theory suggests that Shostakov's extended imprisonment might be due to some form of incentive or condition. It proposes that he is kept alive through regular medical interventions, which would explain his deteriorated physical state compared to his super soldier counterpart. This theory implies that Shostakov is motivated to stay alive and might be seeking a grand exit in his former role as a Soviet superhero. This theory seamlessly ties into the plot of Thunderbolts. The anti-heroes on the team may need compelling reasons to cooperate with a secretive American government agency, which Shostakov might find in the allure of the mission itself. Alternatively, he might join the Thunderbolts in exchange for life-saving medication provided by the U.S. government. Either way, the theory suggests that tragedy could be in store for Red Guardian, setting up a potential transition to the new Black Widow. That said, Red Guardian's potential death in the MCU could pave the way for Yelena Belova to officially take on the Black Widow mantle. Following Natasha Romanoff's death, Yelena is seen as the natural successor. Both characters received the same training, and it's easy to imagine Romanoff passing on the mantle to her adoptive sister if she were still alive. Although Yelena hasn't formally adopted the Black Widow identity yet, her adoptive father's death is likely to trigger this transition, marking her evolution into a genuine superhero marked by her own tragedy. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Your suggestions for future videos are always welcome in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay in the loop. What are your thoughts on the potential fate of Red Guardian and Yelena Belova's future in the MCU? Share your theories in the comments.